A 100% guaranteed formula to get rich. Okay, that's a pretty bold claim, right? But what if I told you it comes from a financial coach who actually did it himself? He spent 20 years going from a lower middle class background to building some serious wealth, and he says it all boils down to one single formula. So let's break it down and see exactly what he's talking about.
You know, it's a frustrating reality for so many people. You earn a decent salary, you work your tail off, but when you look at your bank account, you're just left wondering, where does all the money go? It feels like you're on a treadmill, just struggling to pay the next bill. So what is going wrong? Well, according to our source, the reason millions of us feel financially stuck is because of a single flawed formula we've been using our entire lives without even realizing it. But here's the good news. The fix is just a simple switch, a tiny change in how you think that can completely change your financial future. Okay, first up, we need to understand the trap that so many of us fall into. It's this endless cycle of earning money, but feeling like you never actually get to keep any of it for yourself. I mean, think about it. Your salary hasn't even landed in your account, and there's already a line of expenses waiting to pounce on it. The kids' school fees, the car payment, the credit card bill, the light bill. It's like a feeding frenzy. Your hard-earned money comes in on the 1st of the month, and by the 5th, it feels like it's already gone, paid out to everybody else but you. So what's the big mistake that creates this trap? It's the very formula we use to manage our money, a formula that practically guarantees we stay poor. Here it is. Income minus expenses equals investment. This is how most of us do it, right? We get our paycheck, we pay all our bills and cover our expenses, and then we try to invest whatever little bit is left over. Investment becomes this afterthought, the very last thing on the to-do list. So why is this such a trap? Because there's almost never anything left. Our expenses have this magical way of expanding to eat up our entire income, no matter how much we make. When your future is the last thing you pay for, it often doesn't get paid at all. This formula puts you dead last. All right, now for the solution. And it's not about working harder or finding some secret risky investment. It's just about a simple but incredibly powerful switch in the order of things. Just look at the difference here. The right way is income minus investment equals expenses. The key, the whole game changer, is that you pay yourself first. As soon as your salary hits your account, a piece of it is immediately moved into your investments. You then live off whatever's left. It's a huge shift in mindset. Spenders invest what is left, but investors spend what is left.
And this quote just sums it up perfectly. You worked for that money. You deserve the first cut of it. Not the bank, not the school, not the credit card company. You. Your future self gets paid before anyone else. Okay, so we're going to invest first. Got it. But how much? Well, the rule proposed here is, I'll admit, a challenge. But it's the challenge that separates people who are just comfortable from those who become truly wealthy. To get why this new rule is what it is, you gotta look at where the old advice came from. For decades, the gold standard was save 10% of your income. But that advice is from a time when the average person only lived to be about 55. Today, we're living well into our 80s, sometimes 90s. A longer life means you need a much, much bigger pile of money to support you. The old 10% rule just doesn't cut it anymore. So here it is, the new number, the new rule for the world we live in today, 50%. The challenge is to save and invest half of everything you earn. And the source is super direct about this. He says, yes, it's high. Yes, it's very difficult. He even says it might make you sweat just thinking about it. And look, for most of us, hitting 50% tomorrow is just not realistic. But the goal isn't instant perfection. It's about the direction you're heading. Start with 5%, then push to 10%, and slowly build that muscle. The idea is simple. A little discomfort now is going to lead to a lifetime of comfort later. So what's the big reward for taking on this tough challenge? Well, let's run the numbers and see how this one rule can generate massive, absolutely life-changing wealth. So the math here is based on 3 pretty reasonable ideas. First, you eventually get to that 50% investment rule and stick with it. Second, your income goes up by about 10% each year, through raises or promotions. And third, your investments earn a pretty average return of 10% a year. So let's see how this plays out if you start with an income of 50,000 rupees a month. After just 1 year of sticking to the plan, you'd have almost 7 lakh rupees saved. That's fantastic. But watch what happens next. By year 10, that number isn't just 10 times bigger. It's exploded to nearly 85 lakhs.
That's the magic of your money working for you. And if you can stay disciplined for 20 years, you get to a staggering 4 crore rupees. That's 40 million. That is the power of a simple formula applied with discipline over time. This isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. You literally have the power to build this for yourself. But there's one final, absolutely critical lesson here. It's a distinction that so many high earners tragically fail to understand until it's way too late. Earning a lot of money is not the same thing as being wealthy. This is the key takeaway. Your salary, that's just cash flow. It's money coming in and going out. Your net worth, that's the real score. That's the number that truly matters. Let me give you the perfect example. Mike Tyson. At the peak of his career, he was earning $30 million for a single fight. Over his first 20 years in the ring, he earned more than $400 million. I mean, that's just a mind-boggling amount of money. But guess what? He was using the wrong formula. Income minus insane expenses left absolutely nothing for investment. His spending was completely out of control. And despite earning nearly $500 million, he declared bankruptcy in 2003. It's the perfect and tragic example that your salary means nothing without the right formula.
So this is the number you need to be obsessed with, your net worth. It's actually super simple. You just add up everything you own, your savings, your investments, your home. Then you subtract everything you owe, your loans, your credit card debt. That final number, that is your real wealth. You could own assets worth 20 lakhs, but if you have loans of 19 lakhs, your real net worth is only 1 lakh.
So there you have it, the flawed formula that keeps people poor and the simple switch that can build incredible wealth. The knowledge is yours now, the path is crystal clear. The only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. Are you ready to make the switch?